Hey guys, back with the sales for Monday. Linda's not here, just me. If you're new, my name is Cameron. Usually my wife Linda is here. We sell things online on platforms like eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, mostly eBay though. Items we find at garage sales and try to sell them online for a profit. Try to buy them at a reasonable price so we can flip them to make some money. We're going to show you Monday through Thursday sales in this video, so you'll see 4 little clips put together of all the sales for those days. We do this part-time and try to make some extra money. We've actually done very well. I've been doing it since I was 21, so like 20, since almost 20. So it's been about 15 years, almost 16 years or something like that. I've been reselling on different levels, and I sell a little bit of everything. So hopefully you'll see some cool stuff that you might want to try to find when you're out at garage sales. Let's get into it. First off, the numbers. We did 16 sales today on Monday, which is pretty good for us, for a total of $680. Quite a good mix, a good variety of a little bit of everything that we sell, pretty much except for 1 or 2 categories. Let's get into it. First off is the first sale. This one happened early in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night to get some water, go to the bathroom, and I had seen that this had sold. This is a set of LOL Surprise birthday party set. It's got the headband there, different kinds of, that one's got like little accessories, kind of like a wardrobe type thing. There are some hanging decorations. I think there are some gift bags, some invitations, all kinds of stuff. I spent $20, I believe, on a whole box of different brand new surprise stuff. The lady she had bought a pallet, I think, and for whatever reason, it was mostly birthday supplies, so I bought whatever was left she had. I made a couple different lots of LOL Surprise, some My Little Pony, some Trolls, some different ones, and I got them in 20 bucks for everything. That lot sold for 38. We sold a lot of My Little Pony for 40 something the other day. I've sold some princess stuff from there. I've sold a thing of Trolls from there, so we've done very well. I sell a lot of birthday sets like that if I can find them, so I try to give someone a good deal too, because it would cost a lot more to buy all that separately. Next off, we have a CD set we got while on vacation this year. The Mothers, 1970. This is Zappa Records. This is a CD set. It's got 4 discs on it, I believe. And this one sold, I paid $2 for it, and it sold for 35 bucks. So that was a very good one there. Then we have a Patriot vacuum, probably our second best sale of the day. This is a Patriot. This is a canister vacuum. The Patriot is the brand I never heard of. The first time I ever found one. This is just the head nozzle. When you're selling canister vacuums, you want to sell the canister vacuums, the head nozzle on the part that goes on the floor nozzle. That's what it's called as well. They usually sell the best. I paid 60 or 65 for the vacuum. I sold the actual canister, the big boy, for 120 shipped. I sold some accessories, I think, for a little bit, and then I just sold this motor for 121 shipped. So that was awesome. A little TV remote from last year's vacation. That one sold for 12 bucks. We're in those for about $1. We sold a Presto salad shooter. These are a bunch of parts to a Presto salad shooter, but the pieces that sell the best are these little. This ring sells pretty well for like 10 bucks. Not a whole lot, but it does sell. But these little pieces right here, usually there's 2 or 3 of them in a set, sometimes more. They have different kinds of ways they can, cut everything up or whatever. These ones are brand new though, and they sold for 20 bucks for the pair. Usually for a set of 3, you can get like 25 bucks, maybe something like that. So if you can pick one up for a couple bucks, might be worth it. That unit does not sell well as a complete unit. It sells well better when you part every piece out. We have a Lucky Charm here. This is from Lucky the brand. Hope I can get it out of here. I have to break the bag. I left it in the bag it came in. I put it back in that. So let's see here. Put it in a new bag when we ship it out. It's like a little charm bracelet. So you can kind of see, hopefully. Little charms on there. There's like flowers. There's a little bug. Another little flower there. Flower. Flower. Little face. All kinds of stuff on there. Little smaller flower at the bottom. You probably can't really see it, but right there. So I paid $4 plus $5 shipping on Whatnot for this, and I was the first item I bought from that buyer, and I was hoping to buy a couple more things from them, because on Whatnot, when you start to buy more items and they have the combined shipping, it starts to become even better of a deal for you, because other people might not bid on it if it's their first item, because they don't want to pay the $4 or $5 in shipping. But if I already have an item I bought, I'm only paying for the cost of the item, so it starts to make a better deal. Unfortunately, this is the only item I bought from them, so I paid $9, but ended up selling for 37 just in a couple weeks. So really good quick sale there. I did see a lot of these sell, and I had some unique charms, especially this bug one. That one seemed to be a pretty good one. So 37 bucks on that is awesome for a $9 purchase, and it sold very quick. Then we have a, oh, no wonder there's some stuff here that shouldn't be here. Okay, Jungle Book. This is one of those little reels for a little Viewmaster. I bought a Viewmaster with a bunch of reels for $5. The unit itself is a really rare one. I think it's like $100+, but it had a bunch of reels. I made a lot of all the common ones, or at least the not fast sellers, and I took about 4 of them and sold separately. This one sold for $13. Not a whole lot, but I knew it would sell quick. Had one of the best sell-throughs. Sold a golf club, 2 golf clubs in a row actually here. This is a Callaway X Tour 58 wedge. A little bit of wear there. Grip is still in pretty good shape though. This sold for $38 shipped. I think I paid $5 for it. And this is a club that came in a golf bag that I bought, and I had no idea it was so valuable, but it is a Snake Eyes Quick Strike. 34 degrees, an approach. Fortunately, the shaft, not in good shape, but this came in a bag that I bought from someone. I bought it for different clubs than this. I believe it was, I bought it for a set of irons that it had and a couple other clubs, and the irons I think already sold. But I looked, and those actually sell. There's not a lot listed, but there were some sold on them that were very solid when they did, and it sold for 63 bucks. So that was kind of a surprise when I bought that golf bag. Every once in a while I'll buy a golf bag that'll have some clubs, and I'll find that there might be a club I don't know about in there that ends up having some value. I sold something called the Perfect Driver the other day. Saw it at a garage sale, never heard of the brand, didn't look like much. Sold that thing for $75, paid $5. So I actually went to the car, decided to look it up, got back out of the car right away, went and picked it up because it was a valuable club, but I'd never heard of it. So don't be afraid to look stuff up. Even no matter how long you've done, no matter how much you know, if there's something you haven't seen before, look it up. You might be surprised. We have a Keurig piece. This is the K80 Keurig right here, just a little blue drip tray. Sold that for $16 shipped. The blue colored ones do pretty well. Also sold a Canon lens cap here. I usually get these in like boxes of when I buy a camera with film or different cameras, and sometimes there'll be extra lens caps that don't go to anything. I'll just list them. Some I'll keep for other cameras, but that sold for $9 shipped. Sold a set of Cabbage Patch Kids right here. This is from our Happy Meal kind of toy buy. It's actually Burger King, but that set sold for $18 shipped. I sold Legends of Reselling, sold for $16 for the GameCube, so that sold right there. Oh, a set of rock and roll CDs. These are from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's 6 of them here. There's more than that in the whole set, but this 6 I paid, I think, $3 for 50 cents a piece, and they sold for $19. Then I sold the 4400, the complete series, for paid $3. Brand new sealed. Never heard of this one. Thought it was interesting. It is brand new sealed. $3. Sold it for $28 shipped. And the last sale of the day, there might be some more that comes through, but this weekend we sold a Scotty Cameron golf bag, a little kind of like a carry bag, and that one we paid $40 for. It's from the Scotty Cameron like membership. If you're a member, every year you get different stuff, and you have to pay obviously, but I bought that golf bag from someone for $40, and then I bought this backpack for $40 as well. So I got the tie. This one's by OGO, but this backpack $40, and it sold for $150 shipped. So I got $150 shipped for each of those items, paid $40 a piece, and they sold within a day of each other. I've had them for 2 months, 3 months now. It's been a while. Not a while, but long enough where I'm surprised they hadn't sold, but then both of them sell within a day, which is kind of crazy. So that is all we have. I got to get this packed up, and we're going to be back in a second with what sells on Tuesday. Hey guys, back with sales for Tuesday. Just me again. So sorry to disappoint you, but it's a slower day too. So a lot of reasons for you to be a little bit bummed. 1, no Linda, and a little bit slower sales. 9 for $268. A slower day than we've had recently. Wasn't a lot of activity. I didn't really decline any offers or anything where I look back and I could have made some more money. Just wasn't a lot coming in. So let's get into it. First off was a Mercari sale. This Norelco shaving heads. We've sold a couple of these, probably 5 maybe on Mercari so far. Sold those for 10 plus shipping. We have them listed at like 14 plus shipping. Usually people offer us 10 to get free shipping, so to speak, and that's what we end up selling them for. I bought a whole box of them, or a bag of them, for $10. I don't sell them on eBay because the guy I bought them from was an Amazon seller, and he told me Phillips sent him like a notice or whatever not to sell them because he's not an authorized seller. So I sell them on Mercari to avoid any issue on eBay as well. So they might sell faster there, but they've been selling on Mercari and we've already made profit. If we sold 5 for 10 a piece, you pay like 10% or whatever, 13% fees. You're making like $7 to $9 per or whatever, depending on what it sells for. That's pretty good. We've already sold 5 of them, so I'm happy with that. Then to eBay, here's a little adapter. This goes to a Teradine system. This is from our tool buy. We have a bunch of these little adapters. You'll probably never find them, honestly, unless you have connections to someone who's selling scanning tools, but that one sold for 21. This is something you might find. You probably have seen them before if you've been at garage sales or estate sales. Little fiber optic flowers. This is an 80s version. It does need a bulb, and obviously it plugs in for power. So it has a light that goes on, and it's fiber optic. A lot of them have music as well, that you could twist in the bottom to do that. This one does have some strains here. This was actually from, we had sold one of these and shipped the wrong one. We had 2 that were very similar, and I shipped the wrong one. It was on me. But when the person shipped it back to us to return it, we shipped them the other one. But they shipped us back this one, and they didn't pack it well. And when it was packed up, I'm guessing there's some stress like marks here because it wasn't like this before. But we still sold it. Sold for $45 shipped. They sell fairly well, I guess, if you get them and get them cheap enough, but they can be a little bit slow. We sold a golf club. We've been selling one of these almost every day, it seems. This is a Cobra, King Cobra oversized 6-iron. Not the best club, but it sold for $26 shipped. I paid $1. So not too bad there. Probably cost $8.81 to ship it FedEx SmartPost, and then we're probably in the box for about $2. So we're in total maybe $12 or something like that, and then the rest after fees we'll see what we're left with. At a church sale, Dilbert the Complete Series sealed. It was only $1. That sold for 15. I thought it would go for more, but only 15. But still good for $1. Devil May Cry from our video game buy and DVD buy. This one sold for $40 shipped, so that was a pretty good one right there. Sold a Nike Dak Prescott jersey. As you know, I'm a Cowboys fan. I think Dak's a nice guy. He's not my favorite quarterback of the Cowboys, though. This sold for $32. It came from our $125 jersey buy. We're in each jersey for $5, so 5 into 32 is awesome. And then we have an antenna here. I was supposed to figure out which one it was. So I bought a whole bag of, I think this is an XM radio, satellite radio antenna. I believe it's this one, but I bought this whole bag of stuff for a Pioneer satellite radio, and there was another satellite radio in here. All this was $10, this whole bag. I actually got rid of some stuff that was not worth selling. And I'm gonna make probably almost $100 on all this. This antenna sold for 14. The unit should sell for about 15 for parts because it doesn't hold a charge. The 2 docking stations should go for 20 to 30 a piece. There's a headset that goes for about 25, and another antenna in there that goes for about 14. I have a couple more parts left. I need to figure out what they go to, and they might be valuable as well. So that was pretty cool. XM radio stuff does sell. It is a little bit slower though, so be careful. And the last item is a set of 2 Pier 1 pumpkins. They kind of have this like crackled glass style. It's 2 of them. There's a small one. These are Pier 1. This was $20 at Pier 1. The other one is here. It's just a smaller version. I just didn't unwrap it. I paid $10 for these at an estate sale. I just thought they were pretty cool. They were Pier 1. Thought they might sell, and they sold for $45 shipped. Won't be too bad to pack them. Just bubble wrap them, and then I'll just wrap them in some cardboard. I take little cardboard strips and kind of wrap across each way, and then I'll put both of them in another box with some paper. And probably I'm estimating shipping to be anywhere from $10 to around $15 to ship them, so won't be too bad. We'll make definitely more than double our money on those. Hopefully the shipping closer to 10 though, so we do even better. And that's all we have. Slower day, but we'll be back in a second with what sells on Wednesday. Hey guys, back with sales for Wednesday. A bit of a slower day again today. We sold 7 items on 2 platforms though, which was cool, for $335. First off, on Poshmark, these Bosch & Lomb BioTrue 1-day lenses. Got these for $5 from a garage sale. They got taken down from eBay, but they were still listed on Poshmark, and they sold for $40 plus shipping. So that one was pretty cool. And then on eBay, we sold a golf club. Just listed this one. This one was sitting not listed. It was on the ground over here when we were cleaning up, and this TaylorMade just got listed. It sold for $30 shipped. It's a TaylorMade 10.5, an older model, titanium with the bubble shaft. Not the best club, but happy to see it go and just get out of the inventory. Probably paid $1 or something for that. The next item I'm going to show you, I have it here, but it's all bubble wrapped up. This is a chip and dip bowl by Lotus. This one is, I have Linda's phone here to kind of show you. Hopefully you can kind of see that. It's like a ski resort. They're kind of in like a little hot tub. They got skis next to them. This is a ski lodge hot tub from 1995. This Lotus brand chip and dip bowl. There's another one that sells that's like a beach theme, and those sell pretty well. That one sold for $95. I did pay $20 for that one. My source charged me a little more for it, but it did sell pretty quickly, which was good. This is a Platania studded black leather crossbody. Not really sure what that means, but here it is. This was from the Savers. I was walking by the purses. Linda was looking at something. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Looked it up, and it was pretty worth it. So paid $6, I think, and it sold for $50 shipped. So that was awesome. We have some Madeira salad plates. It's a Franciscan pattern called Madeira. I'll show you the picture. I got a bunch of this for $15, plus I had another pattern with it. And there it kind of looks right there. That one sold for $33 on sale. I'm probably in these for a couple bucks for all of them. We've already sold a set of dinner plates from there and a set of bowls or mugs or something from there as well. Then we sold a record from our Latin record buy, Los Freddy's, Mato Mi Corazon. Hopefully that's right. I don't speak Spanish well. $45 on that one. That was a good one. And then lastly, one of Linda's old friends, family friends, gave us a bunch of comics that they had done a clean out for. And we finally talked to them, and they wanted us to sell them for them. I was hoping to just buy them all from them, but it didn't work out that way. They just want to have us sell them. Just was going to take a while because obviously not everyone was super desirable. But we sold, I think, one sell already. Plus, we just sold this amazing Spider-Man, number 147. This is G. Stacy is a clone, I guess, whoever that is. But anyways, this one sold for a $19 ship, which was pretty good for one comic. We're going to keep track of what we're selling for them, and that way we can pay them at the end when it's all done. Hopefully they'll give us something for our troubles as well. That's all we have. We'll be back in a second with what sells on Thursday. Hey guys, back with sales for Thursday. We had 9 sales for $5.85, I think is what the total is. So one big sale really helped us push over. I got like dust and dirt in my hair from cleaning in the garage. That's gross. First item is a Halloween flag. We've been selling a bunch of these over the past year or two. I got a bunch of them for $30 that I bought. Linda bought a bunch once. We've got some on vacation. They usually sell for around 12 to 20 bucks. This one sold for 16. I'll actually show you what it looks like on Linda's phone. I think this is one of the cooler ones we had. It's like trick or treat and everything. So pretty cool. Halloween stuff, decoration wise, seems to sell pretty well. Another item from Whatnot, these trolls. These are Wishstone, treasure trolls, Wishstone. These are not the rust ones, but kind of see them in there. Damaged packaging. I paid like $10 shipped for all of this. I think it was $7 plus the shipping was $6 in total for 2 things. So I put $3 shipping for this. And this item sold for $45 shipped in a couple days. So that was pretty good. While on vacation, I saw some Bose speakers. These are the bookshelf 141s. I actually have 2 of them. One of them does have a little chip in it. It's pretty noticeable there. Got these for, I think, $8, $7, something like that for the 2 of them. Almost missed them, walked by them about 3 times before I finally saw them. And these sold for $65 and some change. So a great sale. We're really making a lot of money back. I think so far with what we sold from our 2025 vacation, we're over $400 that we've brought back just on stuff we sold from vacation. And I still have more to list and a lot more to sell. We sold some whitey tighties. Linda thought these were mine, but they are not. I do not wear these anymore. Anyways, these were brand new. They actually came from a official packaging, but the packaging was really worn. So we took it out and put it on. And this bag is an older bag we have. We're going to put them in a new bag. They are brand new though. They came from that. Listing them as new open box. And they sold, or new open package, and they sold for $36 shipped. Best sale today is one of our Snap-on Vantage meters. These are like little scanners that you can use to scan vehicles. The problem with this one, it has a bunch of dead pixels. It's like a whole line or 2 of dead pixels, so it does make it a little harder to read. Sold it for a cheaper price of $234. We've sold quite a few of those from our $1,200 tool buy. We sold a book from our Shirley Temple buy. We got a bunch of Shirley Temple stuff, but we also got a bunch of signed and autographed books. This is a Hillary Clinton one. Not to be political, whatever side of the fence you're on, we're here to make money. This one sold for $25. It is signed, no COA, but I sell books that are signed with no COA all the time, and we usually don't have any issues. Here's a little Barbie laptop. I paid $5 for it. Came with the charger. It did work. My daughter played on it for about a day. She realized she prefers the tablet, and this one sold for $39 shipped. A couple more sales. A Kodachrome movie film. This came from a $5 set of film and reels and stuff from a fishing reel box. Just kind of a random box from a guy bought a storage unit. It was kind of like a mix of estate sale stuff. And I paid $5 for this whole bin, threw a bunch of stuff in the trash, but these 3 sealed Kodachromes were in there. They are sealed. The boxes have a little bit of wear, so there's some risk there, but they sold for $35, so that was awesome. And there's probably another, I don't know, $125 worth of stuff I listed from there, maybe more. So definitely it was a good $5 buy. And our last item from our Salvation Army jersey buy is a youth athletics Coco Chris jersey. This one sold for $25. We're in these ones for I think about $7 a piece. Some were on the lower end, as low as like $21, $20 sales, and some as high as in the hundreds. So you know, you kind of got to list everything obviously to make the money. $7 and a 25, and that one sold, and that is all we have. So finished strong, kind of a couple rough days in the middle there, but we'll be back this weekend with what sells on eBay. Bye bye.